If you've watched part 1, you've seen how Korean cinema evolved from its humble beginnings through decades of war, censorship, and political upheaval. But as the 1990s arrived, everything changed. With censorship laws finally lifted and government support for the film industry growing, a new wave of directors emerged, filmmakers who would take Korean cinema from a national treasure to a global phenomenon. In this episode, we'll explore how visionary directors like Bong Joon-ho, Park Chan-wook, and Lee Chang-dong reshaped the industry, how the rise of Hallyu, the Korean wave, propelled Korean films to international fame, and how movies like Oldboy, The Host, and Parasite broke barriers worldwide. This is the story of how Korean cinema conquered the world. Let's dive in. One of the first Korean directors to break into the global mainstream was Park Chan-wook, whose films are characterized by their stunning visual style, intricate storytelling, and often brutal themes of vengeance. His Vengeance trilogy, starting with sympathy for Mr. Vengeance and Oldboy, shocked international audiences with their unflinching violence and psychological depth. Oldboy, in particular, became an instant cult classic after winning the Grand Prix at the Cannes Film Festival in 2004, famously endorsed by Quentin Tarantino, who was on the jury that year.
The jury is proud to give the award for Grand Prix to the Korean film Oldboy.
The film's legendary hallway fight scene, shot in a single take, became one of the most iconic action sequences in cinema history.
쭉 전체를 보니까 그냥 어떤 악당들과의 싸움이 아니라 운명과 맞서 싸운다는 기분이 들었어요. 이 악당들이 워낙 성격도 이름도 없는 존재들이어서 좀 추상화되었어요. 사람이 태어나서 죽을 때까지 어떤 관점에서 보자면 끝없는 투쟁의 과정입니다.
Beyond its stylistic brilliance, Oldboy was a meditation on fate, justice, and human suffering, themes that would continue to define Park's work. Later, Park expanded his range with The Handmaiden, a visually breathtaking period drama inspired by the novel Fingersmith. The film received widespread international acclaim, winning the BAFTA for Best Film Not in the English Language, and earning Park another invitation to Cannes. His most recent film, Decision to Leave, once again proved his mastery, winning Best Director at Cannes and cementing his place as one of Korea's most celebrated filmmakers.
웃는 거 봤어?
While Park Chan-wook was making waves with his violent thrillers, another director, Bong Joon-ho, was redefining what a Korean film could be. Bong became known for his ability to seamlessly blend genres, mixing elements of thriller, horror, dark comedy, and social critique. His breakout film, The Host, was ostensibly a monster movie, but beneath its surface, it was a sharp critique of government negligence and US military presence in Korea. The film became a massive box office success, proving that Korean films could be both commercially viable and deeply meaningful. Bong continued to push boundaries with Mother, a psychological drama about a mother's relentless quest to prove her son's innocence, and Snowpiercer, his first English-language film starring Chris Evans and Tilda Swinton. This dystopian thriller tackled themes of class struggle and systemic oppression, demonstrating Bong's ability to engage with global audiences while retaining his distinct storytelling voice. But it was Parasite that catapulted Bong Joon-ho and Korean cinema to unprecedented heights. A biting satire on wealth inequality and social class, Parasite won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, making history as the first Korean film to do so. It then swept the Academy Awards, becoming the first non-English language film to win Best Picture, alongside Oscars for Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best International Feature. Bong's now famous Golden Globe speech,
"Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films,"
became a defining moment for international cinema, breaking down language barriers and proving that great storytelling transcends borders. While Park and Bong gained recognition through their gripping thrillers and genre-bending narratives, Lee Chang-dong carved out his own space as a master of deeply emotional, socially conscious storytelling. As a former novelist who was even appointed as Minister of Culture in the year 2003, Lee's films are often introspective and poetic, exploring themes of loss, injustice, and human resilience. His film Peppermint Candy was a groundbreaking work, telling the tragic story of a man's life in reverse chronological order, slowly revealing how political and personal events shaped his downfall. This innovative structure and deep emotional impact established Lee as a director of immense talent. With his 2018 film Burning, a slow-burn psychological thriller starring Steven Yeun, became the first Korean film ever shortlisted for an Academy Award in the Best International Feature category. Lee's films may not be as flashy or action-packed as Park or Bong's, but his ability to craft deeply moving and thought-provoking narratives has made him one of the most respected filmmakers in world cinema. The success of these directors, and many others, was not just a result of their individual talent. It was part of a broader cultural movement fueled by Hallyu, which saw Korean entertainment spread across the globe. The Korean government continued to invest in its film industry, supporting film festivals, promoting Korean movies abroad, and maintaining policies that ensured Korean films remained competitive domestically. Meanwhile, the rise of streaming platforms like Netflix further expanded the reach of Korean cinema. Films like Train to Busan massive international audiences, proving that Korean films were no longer just a niche interest but a global phenomenon. With censorship a thing of the past, government support at an all-time high, and international audiences embracing Korean storytelling like never before, the future of Korean cinema looks incredibly bright. Directors like Na Hong-jin, The Wailing, Yeon Sang-ho, Train to Busan, and Kim Ji-woon, I Saw the Devil, continue to push boundaries, while younger filmmakers are emerging with fresh ideas and bold visions. Korean cinema has evolved from being a hidden gem of world cinema to a dominant force in the global film industry. The question is no longer whether Korean films can compete with Hollywood. It's whether Hollywood can keep up with Korean films. And with more people than ever discovering the magic of Korean storytelling, this is only the beginning.